Okay, everybody, got some hot OTC plays. A lot of people seem to like the OTC videos I do, so I try to make sure I have one out every day that the charts, are screaming, breakout. So let's just jump right into it. First one is ECOX. I've highlighted this one recently. 0024. It had a great run up the chart, pulled back like consolidation, like a healthy chart does. It's setting up perfectly for a test of the 20-day moving average at 0021. So, my opinion on this, if you're not in yet and you want to get in, I'd probably put a bid in right above that, maybe the 0021, 22 range. See if you get filled. Anything that when it breaks below the 200-day moving average, I'd be a little bit leery, but a lot of times he's come back and test the moving average and then they move higher. So if it does that and holds, 003 is a realistic near-term goal in my opinion. So check that one out. AMFN, I've highlighted this one as well. 16.5 cents. It had a little bit of a dip, which once again, like I say, it's very healthy, but the chart itself is a beautiful breakout. It's been riding the 20-day moving average up. Recently saw, the 17 test and pull back, but strong support and push off the 20-day test day is looming on this one. Anytime it tests these moving averages and holds, the push off can be strong. So, 20 cents here is realistic, at this point because, it's come this far. It's consolidated perfectly, starting to make that move back up. So usually it'll gravitate towards that next level. The next one is PWDY 0026. Continues to move up. The 20-day moving average is around 0025, so I'd like to see support build here before jumping in my opinion. I just want to see that support level. I don't want to be a head fake and then drop right back down. So if support holds, the 50 and the 200-day moving average is up around 0035, so that would be a realistic goal to have it if it wants to touch that. And then above that, it's you get a little bit of room to run, but let's not jump ahead of ourselves. SGMO is the next one, 15 cents a share. I've highlighted this as a chart that's been pushed down by the 20-day moving average. And when that happens for a long stretch and it finally moves above it, strong moves usually follow. So I definitely want this on the radar. It could, I believe the 20 days at 16 cents a share. So if it gets above it and pops, you could see the 50-day moving average tested pretty quickly at 24 cents a share. Obviously, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but like I say, when it pops above a moving average that it's been pushed down by, a lot of times you see strong buys kick in and momentum take over. The next one is MONI. Haven't seen this one for a bit. Used to be up above a penny, I remember, at some time. It seems to be waking up. It's 0035 right now. It's pretty much sitting at the 200-day moving average. If support builds in, it gets above it and support builds, and you can see a nice room because it has plenty of room above it. So I want to see support build at that 200-day moving average at 0035 though first. ZNOG is another one, 45 cents a share. I've charted this since it was 3 cents a share. Love the company. Just, a beautiful chart. It just continues to, work its way higher. It rolled the 20-day moving average up, pretty much from those levels. Next stop looks to be 50 cents. There's no reason to think it won't hit it at this point. And, like I said, it just, you hit 50 and then it gets real interesting because then people start thinking, well, maybe it can go to $1. Not saying obviously it will, but, I think 50 cents, to test is realistic at this point. And the last one I have is ARRNF, 33 cents a share. I love the chart. It's been riding above the, trying to see my notes here. I scribble a lot, I'll be honest. My wife gets on my case all the time for this. It's been testing minor resistance on the chart as it's been riding up on the moving averages, and 50-cent test near term on this is quite possible if it can break through it. So keep an eye on that one. For anybody new to the videos, I use the yearly chart. 20-day, 50, and 200-day moving average is a highlight because it makes it easy for everybody, and you know, it's basic is good. So I'll check in later, everybody. Have a good day.